There are two kinds of women in this world, those who command respect and those who undermine themselves. A Stoic woman radiates power through self-restraint, wisdom, and an unshakable will. But the foolish woman, she is reckless, controlled by emotion, blind to her own self-destruction. Today, we unveil 6 signs of a foolish woman, the traits that keep her shackled in weakness while others rise to mastery. If you recognize these in yourself, it is time to strip away ignorance, embrace self-discipline, and walk the path of the wise. Marcus Aurelius warned us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A foolish woman is a slave to her feelings. Anger, envy, resentment, they rule her. She lashes out at the slightest provocation, sabotaging relationships, careers, and even her own peace of mind. She mistakes emotions for truth, failing to see that a moment of rage can undo years of progress. A woman of wisdom masters herself first. She does not scream. She does not crumble. She understands that emotion is a storm. It will pass. But to act in weakness, that leaves scars that never fade. Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The weak woman is addicted to approval. She bends her soul to fit the opinions of others. If they praise her, she feels worthy. If they scorn her, she falls into despair. This is the path of a fool. A woman who knows her worth does not beg for recognition. She does not change her nature to please a fickle world. She stands firm, unshaken, because she knows the only approval that matters is the one given by her own conscience. Seneca once said, "The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself." A foolish woman cannot stand to be alone. She surrounds herself with noise, with distractions, with people who drain her rather than strengthen her. She fears the silence because it forces her to face who she truly is. A wise woman embraces solitude. She knows that in stillness she finds clarity. She does not need the constant presence of others to feel whole. Instead, she cultivates strength in solitude, emerging sharper, wiser, and untouchable. The ancient Stoics warned us about the fleeting nature of material wealth. A foolish woman ties her happiness to luxury, to status, to external possessions. She chases vanity, believing that the right clothes, the right man, or the right social status will complete her. But the wise woman sees through the illusion. She understands that wealth can be lost, beauty fades, and status is an empty throne. She does not seek fulfillment in things, but in mastery of self. For what is truly hers, her wisdom, her discipline, her character, can never be taken away. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, taught us that revenge chains us to the past. A foolish woman nurtures her pain, feeding it like a fire, letting it consume her. She wastes time plotting vengeance, believing that hurting another will heal her own wounds. But a woman of wisdom lets go, not because she is weak, but because she refuses to let another control her peace. She knows that revenge is a battle without end, and true power lies in indifference. She moves forward untouchable, while those who harmed her remain stuck in their own darkness. Socrates warned us, the unexamined life is not worth living. A foolish woman resists growth. She clings to ignorance, refusing to change, refusing to evolve. She fears failure, so she never tries. She would rather remain stagnant than face the discomfort of transformation. The wise woman, however, is never finished. She reads, she learns. She seeks wisdom in discomfort and embraces the fire that forges her into something greater. She does not fear failure. She welcomes it as a teacher. So ask yourself, which path do you walk? Do you control yourself, or are you controlled? Do you seek wisdom, or do you hide in ignorance? The foolish woman will find endless suffering, trapped in a cycle of self-sabotage. The wise woman will rise, unshaken, untouchable, and unstoppable. The choice is yours. Choose wisely.